Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm back. Oh, did an all-nighter last night, and I think I went and had a nap this afternoon, my time, around about 4 p.m. But yeah, better get some sleep or I won't make the live for tonight. So I'm here, and soon people will be here, and we can get started. Oh, geez, what a day! I've spent the day. My son had to referee some football matches, soccer for other people who don't understand what football is. And the last match actually was probably the best. It was pretty rough, 15, 16-year-old boys, and they were going full on at it, and there was a few shenanigans. There's a word for you, shenanigan. But I tell you, he did really well as a ref, my boy. He picked it straight away, and called it and all that. And of course, all the kids, from the team that gets penalised are there, what? But everyone can see what they were doing. So it was, pretty funny. I like how they do that. And then if you're standing near where the parents are, you always get the running commentary sort of thing. It's like watching one of those sports shows. They all have a different opinion about what actually happened. Even though it's happened straight in front of them. But if it's their boy, it's obviously a mistake. And stuff like that. It's very funny to watch. I hope people can hear me, otherwise I just wasted my time. Put the likes across to tell me if you can hear me. And put laughing faces if you can't hear me, I suppose. And if I see laughing faces going across the page, I'll know something's wrong. So, I've got a heart, that's something. There we go, likes. Okay, not laughing faces. All right, you can hear me. You do realise if you put laughing faces across, that means you could still hear me. Right, yeah, okay. Just want to make sure that was obvious. Okay. So I had a brief sleep, and then I woke up to you. Thank you. I woke up and I've got like, I don't know, 23 messages, and I thought, geez. People were telling me today in the chat, you don't sleep enough, Ivan. You've got to look after yourself. We need you, and which is really nice to be needed, and things like that. We need you healthy and all that. We don't want you getting sick. And I go to sleep for a few hours. I wake up, I've got like 23 messages or something like that. Where are you? Where are you? I'm thinking, let me sleep. I was talking to Terry earlier. I said, you realise, everyone's complaining that I don't sleep enough, and I'll get over to the UK and I'll start sleeping normal hours and things like that, because everything will be set up nicely, and of course I'll be over in the European time zone, and so that's when most of you guys are on, so it's like daytime or evening, so it's a lot earlier, so I won't have to start till like 3 o'clock in the morning like it is now, 3:30. And then people will be complaining that I'm not on enough, so I won't be able to win. So, but yeah, a lot's been happening. I had to, I think I said last night, I had to eject someone out of the Facebook group for continuous negativity. Now, if people can ask questions, as I said, we had Judy ask that have put that post in last week before, pardon me again, with not negative comments, but asking direct questions, and things like that, and I talked about it. Those things are fine when you don't understand something and you need to know, but when you have someone constantly complaining for weeks on end, even after every single admin has spoken to this person and answered their questions, so they know the answers and things like that, and then they're continuously negative and trying to bring everyone else down, I removed him from the Facebook group. I didn't remove him from the business, just the Facebook group, Not that I don't want questions asked, but he wasn't actually asking any questions. He was just being negative, sarcastic and cynical and things like that. Then he goes and he abuses Elaine Thorpe in message, blaming her for removing when it was actually me. And I can't even tell you the language he used in those messages. I couldn't even print them. That's how bad they are. I could not believe the violence and crudeness of this person talking to Elaine Thorpe. Absolutely unbelievable. And he's been jumping on a few posts, saying this is a scam, even though he's got a position in there. But he's only been with us like a couple of weeks. So, I don't get it. But those sort of people, the example I'm bringing up, that those sort of people will never succeed in anything they do because they blame everything else. This person didn't try and help promote, didn't like help juicing or anything like that. He wasn't trying to learn because he was told everything, but still was negative about it, and things like that. And I really worry for people like that, what kind of life they're going to have if that's what they're going to go through with life. That's why I want Bitcoin Ascension around for a long, long time. So one day he will see that he was wrong. And, you know, if he had just been like the rest of you, proactive, you know, at least open-minded, even if you're still a bit wary, I mean, that's understandable. How many times we've been burned? But I had to imagine how many times he must have been burned before for it to make him so hateful about everything, you know. But I can't have my admin abused like that, especially when they've done nothing wrong whatsoever. So I'll be taking steps with this particular person's account. Sorry, it's just you can't. What they've done is they're going around jumping on people's posts, and the language they're using, harassing the admin, is just way too much. And if anyone thinks I'm wrong for removing this person from the program as well, please let me know, and I'll show you the messages. You know, if you can stomach that sort of horrible message, it's absolutely shocking. And especially abusing someone like Elaine Thorpe, who does nothing but work, and had helped that person for weeks, answering all their questions, all their concerns, all their paranoid delusions. And, so, you've got to take steps when that sort of thing happens, because enough's enough, you know. So that's what I'll be doing. So that's the only negative stuff I've got for today. And I only bring it to you so you're aware of what's going on. As I said, I'm very transparent. I tell you everything that's happening, and I don't want to hide anything from you. You know, we all working together. We all have to trust each other, and so that's why I tell you everything, and leave it up to you whether it's important to you at the time or not. So I won't keep talking about that sort of thing, but just in case you're ever posting something or something, and you've got this one person coming on and it's a scam, you know, and things like that. That's the reason. Okay, so that's that. Mandy's competition's going well so far. I think we've had about 14 people comment on there, I think, or maybe more. Mandy will tell us. On there, they've introduced someone, and that person's bought a position and everything like that. I do want to make sure there's a fair few on there, because, put it this way, if it was you giving away an early position, you wouldn't want just one person commenting and then you losing that early position because no one else got involved. So there's going to have to be, I'm thinking, between 35 to 50 comments on there of new people coming in over the week. Otherwise, I don't want her giving away a position like that, because she's worked hard, very, very hard for her position, and shouldn't just give it away. That's my daughter, and being so polite. I did raise it better than that. I honestly did, guys. I'm sorry. So, there's going to have to be between 35 50. I'm hoping more. I mean, someone was asking me today about, what they should do. And I said, well, what I do is, sometimes it's more, but I work on bringing in one friend a week. And I'm not just talking about Facebook friends, just friends. I have some. I pay them regularly. Bringing in a friend, and once a week, and then showing them the business, and showing them what we're trying to create here, showing them how, so they can get their what, and they join, and which is great, and then I teach them to just do what I did, and the person came back to me and they said, if we all did that every week, just brought in one person, this thing is like double and triple and quadruple. I said, yeah, that's all it is. It's not rocket science. It's actually fairly easy, and that's fairly standard for any business you're in. Is that sharing a program? Hello again, dear. Sharing a program again around and all that sort of thing, and introducing it to people and trust, and hopefully you trust in the program and myself as well, so you can actually go to a friend and say, hey, come in this. I'll show you how to set up with Bitcoin. let's get going. It's not actually hard. And no matter what program you're in, that's what you've got to do. It's not recruiting. It's like telling someone about a good movie or a good restaurant or something like that. You're not asking them to join a dozen programs and they've got a market and things like that. It's nothing like that. So, take all the if you take all the drama out of it, if you take all the technical crap out of it, all you're doing is inviting someone to come along to change their lives and to help change other people's lives, because that's what we do. We're not a mining program or an investing program or anything like that. We're one where people are helping people. So that's what I'm doing. So that might be some good advice for you. Find a friend, have a friend. I'm sure most of you have got friends and things like that, and many of you have. I'm not having a go. But for those who aren't sure what to do, just find a friend. If they want to chat to me, that's fine. Don't let things hold you back. As I said, Bitcoin Ascension is not expensive anyway, so it's not like you're going to lose a house over it, even if it didn't work, which it will work. But you're not going to lose the house over it. I'm not going to lose the car over it or anything like that. You haven't put thousands into this, like I see people put thousands into other programs. So let's see, what else did I get? So that's what I do. I try and invite in one friend a week, and then I teach them to do the same thing. If we all do that, bang, off we go. And we'll be helping a lot of people very, very quickly. That's what Amit's doing over in India as well. And Amit's doing over in Nigeria as well. Nigeria is huge. There's so many people over there. I'd love to get more and more of them in. There's a lot of people over there who need a hand. That so much corruption and things like that over there that people can't get a decent break. I'm Australian. In our country, you sort of think, you have your corruption and everything like that, but it's a pretty nice place to live and stuff like that. And most of the first world countries and things like that. But you go to some of these countries and it's just unbelievable, the suffering that's over there, and that's what we want to try and stop. So let's work on doing that, guys. So another person says, seems to have slowed down a bit, and I asked that person, I said, well, when you came in, we were all juicing together. We were commenting and things like that on all the posts, getting involved and everything like that. And they go, yeah. I said, are you doing that now? No. And I'm thinking, I think you just answered your own question. If you want to be successful at anything in life, right, you have to work at it. You have to work at it. Anyone who's telling you you don't have to do a thing to be successful is lying to you. You have to do something. Otherwise, you won't succeed. It's like seeing the Olympians. We've got Commonwealth Games going on here soon and things like that. You don't think they were like instantly the best runner in the world or the best swimmer in the world or could throw a javelin the furthest, without a lot of work. People who to get to their dreams, do a lot of work. It's like that Arnold Schwarzenegger video. 5 hours a day he was working to get to his dream, and things like that. So if you really, I'm not saying you have to do 5 hours, but if you really believe in where you want to get, you have to really believe and have a passion. Anyone who has a passion for something succeeds. I was talking to my son today. What makes him a better camera guy or photographer or cinematographer that he's learning right now in uni, as opposed to some of our others classmates? Why is he doing better? It's not because he's king shit or anything like that, but he has a passion for it. It's not just a job to get paid, it's a passion he has. So he doesn't just do a job, he loves what he does. And when you love what you do, it's easier and you do better at it. Simple as that. And that's everything in life. But he's got a real passion for it. So he's doing really, really well. He's loving it. Anytime he sees anything, he's taking pictures and from different angles, and because he loves it, absolutely loves it. And Bitcoin Ascension is the same sort of concept, really, guys. If you really do love it, and you really do want to change your life, and you want to help people and succeed yourself at the same time, then you've got to put a little bit of time in it. We've made it fairly simple. That's why the single link. We've made it fairly simple, and everyone working together means you work less. So it's working smarter, not harder. But you have to commit some time if you want to be successful. Bitcoin Ascension will be successful. How fast it goes depends entirely on all of us. It's not an investment where there's a set 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, whatever it is. This is something completely different. So whatever we put in, we get out of it. Simple as that. And if you really believe, and if you really want to succeed yourself in life and reach those dreams you have and those goals you have, you really have to commit yourself a little bit. You know, as I said, you get some programs where you're off by yourself and you have to get them all in yourself. But at least here, we're all together, and we have an ulterior motive. We have a much higher calling of what we're going to be doing with the world. It's not just a program where we just make some money and get rich and screw the world. We're going completely different. We're doing this so we can actually heal the world. So I think it's a much higher calling thing to do. I'm not being religious. I'm just saying it's. I think it's a better thing to aim for. I'd like to aim for the stars, you know, and reach the stars. I really, really do. Never aim too low. Always aim big, and that's what I'm doing. Someone else asked me today, not how long does it take? Thank God they don't ask that, because that's how long's a piece of string. No idea. Because it depends on us. We've covered that. But how many people does it take to get to the 41 Bitcoin? You know, they want to do the math and things like that. And I said, look, straight out, whether I made it a 2x3, a 2x6, a 2x20, it takes a lot of people to get to the end of it, like a 2x6 or especially a 2x20. It takes a lot of people to get to that 41 Bitcoin. But I said, now, if I had just made this a 2x3 where it paid 0.12 out at the end of the third level, and you got paid out, and that was the end of it, what would you do? And they answered back. They said they would buy another account if they hadn't bought another one already, because it's fairly cheap to get in. So they would buy another account. Okay, so you get 0.12 for finishing on the third level. That's it. What do? You're going to buy another account and come back in because you got paid. You know. Well, I said, well, that's all we're doing here. It's irrelevant that it's a 2x6 and it takes a lot of people to get there. You'll still get there, but if you follow the level 3 strategy, get to the end of the third level, you get 0.12. You make 10 accounts. As it's, and again, it's only a guideline, but I like working with round numbers and things like that. And you're not using all your money; you're keeping some as well. So instead of having one account that's eventually going to get to the 41 Bitcoin, and that speed depends on us, you're going to have 11 accounts that will eventually get to the 41 Bitcoin. But imagine it like it's a 2x3. A 2x3, bang, I'll buy 10 more accounts. Beautiful. Now I'm going to get 10 times as much, the 0.12, which is 1.2 Bitcoin. And we all know where that's going to go one day. So, and then you buy, keep buying the accounts, as you would if it was a 2x3. The good thing is, it's not. It's a 2x6, right? The positioning is still the same as if it was a 2x3, as if it's a 2x6. There's no difference. I could have made it a 2x20 and I had you having 10,000 Bitcoin at the end of it. It's irrelevant because you follow the strategy, you're going to make plenty of money, and you'll still make the 41 Bitcoin for each of those accounts. So if you put it in logical terms, mathematical terms, I hope you can follow what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how many people you need for the 2x6, because the level 3 strategy will make you as much money, if not, well, obviously more, because you can have more accounts. But if I had only made it like a 2x3, like some other programs are out there, they're only a 2x3. They're only a small one. Once you flip through it, you come back in, don't you? That's all we're doing here. So don't focus on how many people it takes or how long will it take to get to the 41 Bitcoin. If you follow the level 3 strategy and treat it like a 2x3, you're still positioned in there anyway. It doesn't change, you know. And you're going to be there. And if you can see it in terms like that, it's not so, it's not daunting at all. And it took me a little bit to realise that, because I saw it straight away when I was creating it. Okay, that's what I saw. But I didn't realise that other people didn't see it that way. So I do apologise. That's my fault for not explaining it maybe better. You still will get to the 41 Bitcoin. We all work together. It comes a lot faster. Yes, it does take a lot of people to get to 41 Bitcoin, but think about it, 41 Bitcoin is a lot of Bitcoin. But just following the level 3 strategy, you're going to make plenty of money. Now, you can jump to another program that does a 2x3 and it pays out 0.12 or less or whatever, or 0.1. But what are you going to do? You're going to go back into that program. Bitcoin Ascension is no different. It's no different whatsoever. The more we work together, the faster it moves along. The more people we can help. So that's just the honest truth about it, guys. I'm not going to try and market it to you or try and put shadows and mirrors and smoke and all that sort of thing in the way. It's just the way it is with any program that's built this way. So just be excited that there's something beyond the level 3 while you're still making your your accounts and things like that, like you'd normally do anyway if you were in a 2x3, it's going to keep growing anyway, regardless. But instead of having one account, now you've got 11. And after that, instead of having 11 accounts, now you've got like 110 or something like that. So that's just the way it works. And there's lots of people who've seen that, but there are a few who don't, or people who are new who don't realise that, and that's why I'm explaining it now. So I hope that helps to understand what sort of amazing thing we actually have here. And the only way this can fail is if we want it to fail. But if we want it to succeed, guess what it's going to do? It's going to succeed, guys. Simple as that. It really is just that simple. As I said, I'm not a marketer. I'm not a used car salesman. I can't sell you cars or anything like that. I can only speak from the heart and speak the truth, and try and put it as logical as I can so everyone can understand. And if you didn't realise it before and it's just clicking on now, don't think you were stupid or anything like that. You're not. It's just not something you're used to, or something you have to think about. And it doesn't mean I'm a genius, because I may be all right at this sort of thing, but try and teach me how to do other things, and I'll probably be terrible at it. So we always stick with our strengths. It's like Craig with his videos, you know, fantastic stuff. I can never do something. Well, I could if I learned, I guess, but he seems to have a passion for it. Again, he has a passion for it. Look what he creates. Beautiful little videos. Absolutely fantastic. Mandy, the pictures she makes are outstanding. They're beautiful pictures, you know. Juliet writes ads. Clive does. He sends out great emails, things like that. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so to go over other stuff now, because I don't want this going on too long. You've got Mandy's competition, so make sure anyone you introduce, you put their username in the comments. She's got the post. There's about 17 there, or 10 or 11, I don't know. But there's a heap there anyway. Remember, the one she picks will be the person who introduced them, so it'll be you. And you'll win that earlier position. And the comment she picks, the person's username, that particular person, will be receiving another position from me, another new position. I'll be purchasing one for them. So that ends on Sunday, my time. So my Sunday Night Live, which will be your it'll be your Sunday during the day. It'll be like my early Monday morning sort of thing. So that's when it ends. So, as I said, I want at least 35 to 50. I'm hoping we get at least 100. Come on, guys. There's enough of us here to introduce one friend. Bang, we're done. That's how simple it is. The other thing, Tom, I told you yesterday, Tom, with his Traffic Logic videos, for anyone who buys an account, and this is just ongoing. This isn't a competition. This is just ongoing. So anyone who buys an account who wants to learn how to market, you don't have to. Okay, you don't have. If you're scared of learning how to market and you don't want his videos, you don't have to have them. So just comment on his post, so he can send them to you, because they're private listings for these ones, but not ones we just share. So anyone who buys an account and upgrades can have access to those videos, and they're very, very clever videos. Teach you quite a lot. And if you don't want to do that sort of thing, or you already know all that stuff, because you're a clever clogs, you don't have to have them. It's no big deal. He's just offering it. That's all he's doing. It's not mandatory. It's just, if you want it, it's there. So, and very generous of him. So thank you very much for that again, Tom. So we've got Mandy's thing going. We've got Tom's gift, if we want it, which is fantastic. Terry Phillips is still looking for payment proofs for anyone since the beginning who have, it can be like level 2 payout, level 3 payout. Send them to her. I think she's got a post there. Just put a pic of the back office that you've upgraded and stuff, because she's putting them on Pinterest, that's all. And she'll share them on Google Plus and things like that. So all of that's good. Chuck Shadduck, with his teaching the YouTubers, people how to make the YouTube channel go viral. That's great stuff too. And he's teaching people, and they're learning, and learning is fun, and it's fairly easy. So if you want to be a part of that, he's got a post up right now. Put your name in the comments there. He can add you to the chat room, and he can show you the videos that you need to learn how to. But it's very simple once you know how. And so get involved in that. YouTube's a massive thing for us. There's hundreds of millions of people, billions of people on YouTube, and we want to get more views on our channel and things like that. So Craig's videos, my lives, the how-tos that Chuck's done, and Juliet's different videos and things like that, K.I.S.S as well. There's so many, and it's so fantastic. We've got so many people, and there's another 5-minute video being made now that I can't wait to review and see. Not by Craig, by someone else, and so I can't wait to see that as well. So things are exciting, things are good. There's been a lot of people registering today and upgrading today. So go out there, invite a friend, bring a friend to work day, invite them in, show them, see if they know anyone they want to help as well. That doesn't mean you pay for it. I'm just to show them how that they can still do their normal daily lives, but come and join us in this. And it's just duplication, guys. It's very, very simple. You don't have to be a marketer, you don't have to be a recruiter, you don't even have to be a good advertiser to share something that's going to be life-changing with a friend. Okay? You do it all the time. Okay? And if you see it that way, it's a lot easier than putting all the marketing gobbledygook in that you don't understand. Okay? Keep it simple. We use a rule over here, it's called K.I.S.S, keep it simple, stupid. That's what we say over here. And that's all I'm trying to do. That's why I made the matrix so simple. As in regard to the glitch, I've got a programmer, Asif's got a programmer coming to join him. He's flying in, and he's going to go and see if he can just help that. We're trying to align the matrix properly, and there's one position that just won't do it. So he's got someone more experienced in this sort of thing coming in, so we can get it done and fixed. So it's not like we're trying to pass the buck or anything. We have a problem, we'll do everything we can to fix it, obviously. So, and this guy's very experienced, so that's good news. And then tomorrow Steve's going to go into coin payments and see who we overpaid to get those overpayments back, so we can keep the payments going. So I think that's about all that's happening right now. And by saying all, that's a lot. Okay. So I'll be on for another hour or so before I go to bed again. I know everyone's going to yell at me for staying up too late again, but I'll be on for another hour. If you need me, message me, and I'll try and get to you and answer any of your questions. And also, oh yeah, that's the other thing I want to talk about. It's prospect calls. Not that I forgot about it. It's just I've got to set up a time that works for the UK and Europe and stuff like that, and one for the US I may have to do too. So we'll make it for next Saturday. So if you have any prospects around, just tell them next Saturday. I'll put up the world clock time for the different areas so you know exactly what it is. It'll be a Zoom call. So I'll do that when I get up in the morning. I'll get all that set up, and I'll make a post out of that as well. So you know when it is exactly, and then you can invite people along, and we'll record them obviously, and go from there. So fantastic stuff. All right, guys, love you all very, very much, and let's get out there and let's spread the word of Bitcoin Ascension, because it truly is you're not going to do better than anywhere else. Staying with us, you're staying with a huge family, and we're going to actually change our lives, not just put a bit of coin in our pocket. We're actually going to change our lives for the better, and so many people who will maybe even never hear of us before we go and help them, and this is very exciting for me. And hopefully it's very exciting for all of you guys too. Okay, I'll catch you all later. See you later. Bye-bye.